Hello everyone, I'm with me, and today we're going to be talking about America, secularism, and morals. One of the biggest rights Americans like to flaunt around is their right to freedom of speech. Time and time again, after debating people on a multitude of different websites, they flaunt this right as if I didn't already know about it. I live in America too, Karen. The First Amendment says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the speech exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. A lot of Americans love to say they have the right to say whatever they want, even though this is partially not true, and yet they want to display the Ten Commandments in schools and keep God in the Pledge of Allegiance. It's almost like they ignore the part of the Constitution they don't like, but accept the things that they do like. There's a reason why America should be secular, and it's not just because there's no evidence for a God. More often than not, in countries ruled by objective religious beliefs and rules, shit goes haywire. People's rights start being stripped away, censorship is more common, and even murder occurs to non-believers. AKA the death penalty. Non-believers, of course, referring to anyone who doesn't believe in their particular God. Once we start to establish a religion in the government, all other religions will be left out. If the religion established is controlling, all other religions, including not having a religion, will be discriminated against. I'm sure a Christian would love it if Christianity was the established religion in America, but then Catholics, Jews, Muslims, etc. would be left out. I'm sure Christians would not enjoy Judaism or Islam becoming the established religion, so why try to make their religion reign supreme? We already have to put our hand on the Bible before coming up as a witness in court, as if that's gonna fucking do anything.
Swearing on the Bible. You understand that shit? They tell you to raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. Does this stuff really matter? Which hand? Does God really give a fuck about details like this? Suppose you put your right hand on the Bible, you raise your left hand. Would that count? Or would God say, sorry, wrong hand, try again? And why does one hand have to be raised? What is the magic in this gesture? This seems like some sort of a primitive voodoo mojo shtick. Why not put your left hand on the Bible, let your right hand hang down by your side? It's more natural. Or put it in your pocket. Suppose the Bible they hand you to swear on is upside down. Or backward, or both, and you swear to tell the truth on an upside-down backward Bible. Would that count? Suppose the Bible they hand you is an old Bible and half the pages are missing. Suppose all they have is a Chinese Bible in an American court, or a Braille Bible and you're not blind. Suppose they hand you an upside-down backward Chinese Braille Bible with half the pages missing. At what point does all of this stuff just break down and become just a lot of stupid shit that somebody made up? They fucking made it up, folks. It's make-believe. It's make-believe. Now,
the fact of the matter is, there's no proof that any of those beliefs have any basis on truth, so establishing one of those beliefs as the whole truth and nothing but the truth is absolutely ridiculous. Why is it so important to bring this point up? It's important because people, to this day, still say stupid shit like this.
BBC News poll that was released yesterday, or Sunday, it found that hard work still remains a top priority for Americans, but value placed on patriotism, religion, and having children has significantly decreased from 2 decades ago, at least for millennials.
It doesn't surprise me at all. We are a generation that is obsessed with self-love, with self-care, with self-fulfillment, and sacrifice is seen as totally uncool and selfishness is seen as completely trendy.
They are talking completely out of their ass. What the hell is self-love, self-fulfillment, etc.? And who thinks sacrifice is uncool? Who the hell thinks selfishness is trendy? What's so selfish about not wanting to have kids or not believing in God? So many questions and so few answers.
So anything that is bigger than us, so that includes God or having kids or patriotism, we don't want anything to do with it. We only want to do what makes us happy. And the reason why that makes me sad is because young people are missing out on some of the greatest sources of joy.
So let me get this straight. We only want to do what makes us happy. And because we do things that make us happy, we're missing out on sources of joy. Joy being happiness. Right. Oh, and about not being patriotic, there's no link between patriotism and God in the slightest. I know this because I know plenty of atheist friends who really love the Second Amendment and they're very patriotic. Link to the blog where I found this video is in the description. This kind of attitude is elitist and is exactly what I've been talking about. There's no proof that God even exists, yet somehow he is supposed to be a source of joy. I don't understand why these full-grown adults cling on to these absolutely ridiculous statements. You can't just say a bunch of absolutely mindless garbage and expect to be right about it. What gives you the right to say that the only source of joy is through God, or having children, or both? And what is the difference between finding happiness and finding joy? I cannot take this person seriously at all. People comparing godlessness to moral declines is more common than I'd like it to be. Surely the fact that the United States of America actively separates church from state should immediately disprove the stupid shit that's being said here, but some people still go on and on about it. No, Karen, this nation was not based on the moral values of the Bible. If it was, non-believers would be stoned to death. Besides, let's say that the Founding Fathers really did want to put biblical values in America. If they did, why would they make this place more secular than religious? Why does the First Amendment talk about separating the church from the state, and why is it the first fucking sentence? What's even worse is when people say that non-believers are evil and corrupt because they don't believe in the correct God or no God at all. It's absolutely absurd, especially considering the evil and vile shit that is strewn about the Bible. One of my family members was reacting to a post about a Christian artist who stopped believing in God. I responded saying that the artist seemed fine, and I even quoted a part where the artist himself said he was actually doing better ever since. My family member responded with something along the lines of, "Oh, it's not good. He's no longer following God and he's finding joy in his own fleshy desires." I couldn't believe what I just read. Yes, fleshy desires was specifically said. I responded with a link to the song Opiate. Let's just say everything was then deleted and move on from there. It's kind of funny because if I did not have any morals, I would have kept continuing to believe in God. I'm sure you all know the story by now. I've said it a million times before, but biblical verses about rape and slavery made me disbelieve in the Bible God. They clashed too hard with my own moral values and there was just no way to justify them. I cannot and will not take you seriously if you say that people need God to be moral or that we need God to make the world a better place. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did. Link in the description to my Patreon. Sorry about last week. Very, very busy weekend. I started college like 2 weeks ago, so it's been fun, but very busy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye-bye. Truth. So establishing one of those beliefs as the whole truth and nothing but the truth is absolutely ridiculous. See what I did there? Play on words.